Another attempt, and that's headed by Fletcher.
Oh, is she okay?
These women, they're not just heroes for young girls. They're heroes for everyone.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
It is, in fact, the $1 Million Soccer Tournament from Cary, North Carolina, and this matchup features the U.S. women against Sayward FC. And this should be fun because you will see some players that we haven't seen in some time, but players whose names you know and you know very well.
I don't know anybody's name. Somebody had the brilliant idea that the U.S. women's soccer team needed to get destroyed by teen boys again. So for some reason, I don't know why, they decided to play a team called Sayward FC, which is made up of teenage and younger adult males. Enjoy the forthcoming chaos and insanity.
About strategy, about formations. In 7v7, doesn't matter.
It does how you start the game, but as the game opens up, that goes out the window. Fatigue is going to settle in, but you have to start well and get that early goal.
Opportunity right now for Sayward FC. Coming down the right side, trying to leave it back, and this will be cleared away by Kendall Fletcher.
It's an important read from Fletcher. Such an intelligent player to cut that out.
First shot, and that's going to be a stop. A nice save by Lindsay Harris.
Strong start for the ladies. They are doing a lot better against the guys than I thought they would be.
To a corner.
Harris is going to be tested often and early in transition. When this ball gets hit, it's heading to the top of the net, but she does well to read it and parry it out.
Alejandra Lopez with that shot. Here's the corner. Again, you could expect some rifles coming in. Another one. And that one, did that hit the post?
I think I was headed out by
You go, girls.
And use them pretty loosely. Another attempt, and that's headed by Fletcher. She took a shot right there. The rebound, and there's a goal. The first goal of the game scored by Brendan Lambie.
Oh, is she okay? I don't know if you guys caught this, but she's going to headbutt the ball and just go down, and then she gets up, and then she goes back down a second time. And this is probably a move that she has done 1,000 times against other women, but she's not playing other women. Oh my goodness. Somebody should have told them don't headbutt the ball when they're playing against guys. Like, people don't think about this kind of stuff. Like, this is why these kind of matches aren't good ideas. I mean, look at her. She's just flopping around. Okay, she's up. She's up. She's able to walk off the field. But this could have gone way worse than it did. I'm glad to see she's all right. That's why you don't do stuff like this, though.
Reacts quickest and pokes it home.
Able to keep it in. The 18-year-olds takes the shot with the left. That gets blocked by Fletcher. Good to see her back in the game. Ola Louie. 16th minute. Inside, and this is going to be ricocheted into the net for the second goal of the game for Sayward FC.
A bit lucky on the deflection. Good interplay and interchange between the attackers. And when this ball gets squared, it's so difficult to react, and I think that's an own goal in the end.
Skylar Debris. Here comes O'Reilly. Down the left, playing it inside. First time we've seen the U.S. connect a couple of passes. And here comes the shot. That's blocked.
Thanks, Justin. I'm here with Kyle Broderick. 22-year-old striker, played the first few minutes of the game.
And this corner is going to be a header in for the third goal of the game.
These guys are what, like 18 and 22? Why in the world are these women playing against young men who are in the prime of their lives? I don't care about how professional you think you are. They need to be playing against old men. Old men, or little boys, like little boys. You don't try to go up against guys like this.
And that's headed in by Lawrence Jackson. By Caleb Steele.
Take me back to those first couple of moments on the field. What was that like for you, getting to start this one, and what are you guys taking advantage of offensively?
I think they're taking advantage of their fast twitch muscles, their bone density, and their overall superior strength and speed due to testosterone.
What are you guys taking advantage of offensively?
Yes, so, coming out here, it's a big atmosphere, a lot of fans, the teams, everything's big. So coming out here playing against the women, it's big, and, it's good to play against them because, they put on for America and for the women. They're very strong.
She judges the fly of the ball well.
Yes, they are strong compared to other women. Yes, of course, but they're not playing other women.
And that will end this first half with what this team needs to do. And as Sayward FC will start with the ball here in the second half, leading by 3. Michael, I'll ask you, how do the U.S. women come back when they haven't played together? A lot of these players have been retired for a while. They're not in the same shape that Sayward FC is in.
They have to step the pressure higher up the field. Sayward FC, how they got in this position was shots from distance, and they're taking advantage of the space that's afforded to them. And I think it's running in behind and runs in the channels that make him difficult to play against.
Little flick, and taken at the feet is Yates. He'll pick it up.
The other team doesn't have the opportunity to get back in that target score time, so we're going to look to keep the intensity high, get shots on target, and score a goal like that. There we go. High-level players. So that's going to give us the confidence to move forward in this tournament. Hopefully we can finish this out, get the goals that we need, and look towards the next game.
Taking advantage of the opportunity. Brandon, appreciate the time. Justin, back up to you guys.
Whitehill rifles one. It's a save. Nicely done. And going up to keep it is Tyler Yates. But that was a good shot from Kat Whitehill. Raymond Brooks with some time in midfield. Lofted. Jada all alone. Turns. And another save by Lindsay Harris.
That's why this tournament is unlike any other. So many rules that defy usual soccer metrics. And keep an eye on Harris. As soon as that ball goes to Jada, she's off her line. Reads it well once again.
And now we're going to have a foul as O'Reilly goes down, gets pushed by Cody Ickner. And this, again, is one of those opportunities where you're in that striking zone. You can take that kick on net. And they do quickly, as they weren't ready, but Tyler Yates with a diving save.
And these are probably the slowest and weakest kicks he's ever dealt with.
I was just about to say, that's the player that you want on the ball. Casey Lloyd, she can hit it left foot or right foot. Such a natural striker of the ball. With each save that Harris makes, you can see a slight uptick in confidence. The team looks a bit more dynamic, but it's been because of moments like this, giving up possession, that's really frustrated their attacks.
All right, so this is the end of regulation. We're going to have the target score time coming up. The target score is going to be 5, as it's 4-0 Sayward FC over the U.S. women.
Quickly, be aggressive. So I expect Sayward FC to be aggressive, maybe shooting from distance like they were in the first half.
They have a lot of those same players in here to start. In the box, we're going to have a penalty.
As I said before, there's going to be gaps that open up, and it creates this penalty kick opportunity.
Kat Whitehill is going to take the PK. Whitehill shot, it's saved. Tyler Yates makes the save. Broderick back to Lambie inside. Nice move by Whitehill to poke it away. Broderick takes the shot. That gets blocked by Fletcher. Up in the air. Here's Jada with a clear shot. Another save. Oh, what a save by Lindsay Harris.
I'm glad she's okay. It looked like there was a lot of power behind that ball.
Sayward forcing errors from the U.S. women's in possession. And they've stepped up their press yet again, playing a high line to transition.
And here is the counter again, the step through the shot. Another shot, and there it is. Oh. Game over, Sayward FC, as Brendan Lambie scores the game winner.
Brendan Lambie's a right-footed player. He's going for that bottom corner, and I think that's more down to being under so much pressure if you're the U.S. women's team. And when this ball ricochet, it's so unlucky. Falls to that right heel. She didn't know much about it, and that's our game.
What a good kid. Like to see that by Brendan Lambie, and he said what you and I talked about before, that these women, they're not just heroes for young girls. They're heroes for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That was a phenomenally bad idea. The women lost 5-0. They showed a lot of heart. But heart is not going to get you across the finish line in a competition such as this. You can always use my Buy Me a Coffee link to help support the channel by buying Leroy a dog treat. Clearly loves them. He's just crunching away back there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Oh, Leroy, you did such a good job. I mean, you're not Leroy, you're the Easter Bunny.